Hello and welcome back to Ocarina of Time. We're getting near the end of this playthrough. Today is November 11th, 11/11, and for some people those numbers might have significance. We're back here in the Temple of Time, and we're pretty close to the end of the game. I think I said that already. We should go and see what Ganon's castle used to be. Zelda's castle, or Hyrule Castle. Zelda's dad's castle, I guess. Whatever. Who knows? And now it's all dark, it's all crumbled. There's a giant pit of lava there for whatever reason. I don't know why there's a pit of lava, but now there's Ganon's castle. I think he just like dropped his castle onto the castle, like, you know, like Bowser just lifted it out of the earth, or dropped it into the earth, plopped it into the earth. I don't know. Some very flat-looking skulls and skeletons in this area. I like it. But over here by this crumbled archway, there's a bunch of rocks that we can now... yeah, you hear the Skulltula. In the next few videos, we are going to just look for all the missing Skulltulas and find as many as we can. There's 100 golden Skulltulas in total, and really the only reason you need to get all 100 of them is for completion and for a monetary reward, and to like free the guy of his curse, but like that, you know, that doesn't really matter anyway. No, I'm kidding. And I feel bad if we don't free the guy from his curse, but it's not a big deal in the end. Saving Hyrule is more important. But the powers of the sages will create a bridge across the lava pool to the floating castle, so that's pretty cool. Dude, can you hear me? It's Rauru the Sage. We six will gather our power to create a magical rainbow fucking Mario Kart. I don't know. Ganon's tower is protected by 6 evil barriers. You have to go in, you have to order a hamburger, and from the 6, you know, from the 6 magical hamburger joints that seal off the hamburger power. You know, you got Checkers, Hardee's, White Castle, obviously Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's. McDonald's feels like it's too obvious of a choice, you know? Anyway. We never did go to the archery game. I need a glass of water. I needed to get a glass of water before recording. I'm so dumb. This dude's got like a cow skull. You know, kind of reminds me of, there's this restaurant called Dallas Barbecue in my city. It might be in other cities too, but I'm not sure. But it's got like this whole Western theme, and it's got these cow skulls and paintings of buffalo and everything. It feels very Western. Yes, you will notice that I use save states to make this minigame easier. Basically, you have to shoot all 10 of these rupees without missing. With the bow and arrow controls, and especially with the N64 controller, it's very hard to nudge the bow and arrow a little bit at a time. You have to nudge the control stick an infinitesimal amount to get to shoot where you want it to. So it's very tricky and precise to aim this thing. You know, I did beat this legit when I was growing up. I had this game on Wii Virtual Console, so... But I was just like, you know what? I have the option of using save states. I'm gonna go for it and make this less of a pain in the ass. Because getting all 100 Skulltulas is a pain in the ass already. This is one of the final Skulltulas that you get in the game because it actually requires both the Lens of Truth and the Silver Gauntlets, and is also just really out of the way and weird. I originally went for this Skulltula in the day, and I was like, oh right, it's not night. And then I played the sun song, obviously, to change it to night. And I had to start all the way from the beginning of the area, so that wasn't great. Yeah, you need these silver gauntlets to pick up silver rocks. And that's something that you only get from doing this, the Spirit Temple. So anyway. Yeah, a bunch of invisible spiders. Great game design choice. I think it would be cool to make this ladder invisible, but it is not. There's that invisible ladder in Majora's Mask that takes you up to Goron Village. That's kind of what I was thinking of when I said that, but I don't know. And then one final guy just, like, chilling. And then here's the guy on the wall. So I did manage to find some of these fairly easily. I was like, oh yeah, I don't think I actually got that. Here's one that's in Desert Colossus. It's just kind of on the top of one of these rocks here. And there it is. You could see it for a split second. Or actually, more than a split second. But it disappeared just as soon as the sun rose, so I was like, ah, damn it. But thankfully, this is a dynamic area, which is what I sort of... There's a difference between dynamic and static areas. Static areas is where there's no time flow, and so if you play the sun song, it'll reset the day, but it'll also reset you to the beginning of the area. Whereas if there's a dynamic time flow and time is actively passing while you're in the area, then it won't warp you to the beginning of the area, which is nice. Here's this Skulltula up in a palm tree, which I think is a pretty cool place to put it. I like how they just reused this sprite for the Deku Nuts as the coconuts or whatever. And then back at the beginning of Gerudo's Valley, past the tent, I was gonna say campfire? No, just a tent. Yeah, it's literally just a tent. It's not called anything else. I don't know why I'm trying to think of another word. And there's a Skulltula at the top of this archway. Hey, what do you know? You can just barely see the moon rising above it. I love this game. It just feels so immersive. I've been playing a lot of Moon Remix RPG Adventure lately, which is basically the inspiration for Majora's Mask. Except, yeah, without the Zelda elements. That's how I would describe it to somebody who has played Majora's Mask. Very cool game. It can be pretty difficult, but there's a really helpful walkthrough on Steam that I've been using. Some parts of it I still can't figure out, but I've gotten pretty far. I'd say I'd figure out most everything. There's just a few things that are still difficult, like fishing, for example. I need to learn how to fish. I figured out how to fish in Twilight Princess. My dad helped me figure out how to fish in Twilight Princess, and then Ocarina of Time. Those were some of my earliest gaming memories. There's one at the top of this tree. Yeah, my parents never really cared about video games or my interest in them, but that was one nice thing is that my dad helped me figure out how to fish in Twilight Princess, in the Wii version of Twilight Princess, where you actually jerk your Wii remote up to, use your fishing rod. This Skulltula is in such an awkward place. Like, it's not only really awkward getting on top of this tree, but trying to get the Skulltula token without... Yeah, that works too. Okay, next one is in Castletown as a kid, or Hyrule Castle as a kid. I love this area, just so cute, so fun. Such a pretty castle. it just feels happy. But I don't know how you're supposed to figure this one out. But you're supposed to play the Song of Storms near this tree. That opens up a hole. Like, where else in the game do you play the Song of Storms and it opens up a hole? Like, what is the logical reason to do that? There really isn't any logical reason. But I was like, well, if that's what the walkthrough says to do, who am I to question it? Who am I to question ZeldaDungeon.net and their infinite wisdom and their Triforce of Wisdom? Haha! No, seriously, I need a cup of tea or a glass of water or something. I also need to use the bathroom. But thankfully, this isn't a very long video, so... It took me a long time going around and looking for all of these guys. But don't worry, I'm going to edit it down and it's going to be like a few short videos. And then that's going to be it. And then we're going to do the Gerudo Training Ground. And then we're going to do the final dungeon. And everybody will be like, yay! Ocarina of Time is finished. Which will be sad because I like this game, but it'll be fun because I'll be, like, satisfied that I finished another project. I haven't been doing too many of these truth stones or whatever they're called. They say you may find something new in dungeons that you have already finished. That's really only true for the Deku Tree and the Dodongo's Cavern, and we've already revisited both of those. Oh, actually, we still... Oh, I think the video after this is the one where I revisited Dodongo Cavern. I'm not sure. And get this guy. This guy is high up in the walls on Zora's River, and you need the beanstalk to get up here, or the bean plant ride thing. Disney ride. Oh, excuse me. And there's one way over on the wall over there, so... These dudes really like to chill in high places. Almost like cats. Except not really, because cats can't climb on walls. They like to think they can, but they can't. I'd like to have a cat again. Yeah, my cat passed away at the beginning of this year, so I'd really like to have a cat. And with that, we're done with this video, so I'll see you in the next episode for more Skulltula hunting. Goodbye.